In DayZ, survival is all about making the best out of whatever you can find, but sometimes things can not only not help, but actually make it worse. So here I'll give you a list of useless items and throw in their better alternatives for free. But you have to remember, technically everything has a use, except me according to my parents. But it's fine, that's why I drink. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into the video. I've been standing on this guy for so long now. He's so angry with me. First up, we have the Sporter. Do you know how people always say it's better to have a bad gun than no gun at all? I disagree. The Sporter fires mosquito bites, and although it can technically sometimes, if you're very lucky, be useful for dispatching the infected, it's best to keep the ammo for the Mark II, which is a super useful gun. I know the Sporter has some little weird cult following, but it's just not a very good gun in DayZ, and I kind of feel like I insulted mosquitoes a little bit.
Dude, why did he take like fucking 6 bullets? Did you see that?
Next, let's discuss the frying pan. Honestly, I'm not a fan. It takes up too much room in your inventory and I probably should have added it to my list of most useless items. Sure, it has its uses, but there are better options out there. The cooking pot, for instance, is a game changer and an absolute must-have for survival. You can attach a gas canister and a stove, fill it with water, and you're good to go. Compared to the frying pan, the cooking pot is just far better and sort of renders the frying pan completely obsolete. Sorry, Rapunzel. But let's move on and talk about the binoculars. They're a great tool for scouting, sort of. They do zoom in more than most other things, but if you're tight on space, you might want to opt for a rangefinder instead. The rangefinder takes up less space, weighs less, and also helps with aiming. While binoculars give you a more detailed view, as I mentioned, the rangefinder's compact size makes it more practical for almost every situation. But some scopes themselves can render both of these items obsolete. I'm just saying, if you had to pick between any, pick the rangefinder. Next is one that might actually surprise people. It's the fishing rod, which is weird because patch 126 added all this cool fishing stuff, and they can come in handy, but they occupy a lot of space in your inventory. Luckily, there's a cool alternative. The simple fishing rod is made from a long stick with some rope. You can craft it on the spot, attach it to your back, and toss it away when you've done fishing. While the full fishing rod lets you catch a bit faster, a feature some players might value, most will find that the slots it takes just isn't worth it, rendering it, in my opinion, pretty useless to carry around. Next, we have the megaphone. The megaphone is just completely useless. There's no real alternative because there's no real use for it. Fun, I guess, sometimes. Maybe. Okay, I know this might be another controversial one, but I have to say it. The campfire tripod is next on the list. It's perfect for attaching a pot to, and I personally used to use and like it. But since the introduction of an improvised version made from sticks, it's just not essential. The makeshift version is more appealing, especially for players who are always on the move. And a huge benefit, and one really cool thing with it, is if you find a broom, breaking it down can give you enough supplies to make a full cooking stand. It's just way cooler. Next, let's talk about the torch. It's a solid choice for providing light, especially in complete darkness, but it takes up a whole hand slot, making it harder to shoot or fire effectively while holding it. But there is a better alternative. The headlamp. It offers the same amount of light, keeps your hands free, and is just easier to switch on and off when you need to stay hidden from other players. But if you want a list of really useful things, click here, or for something else, click here. And as always, until next time.